Hi, and welcome to Australian Gamers Friday Night Podcast. I'm Matt.
And I'm Yug.
Tonight we're going to be talking about the rumoured new Xbox 360.
PSP to get Skype capabilities.
And the most anticipated, or our most anticipated games for 2008.
Yeah, it might not be your most anticipated because we're not you.
No, almost none of you.
Are us. And you should be very thankful for that.
Or should we be thankful that we're not them? Depends
I don't know. Yeah, it really does depend who.
Depend on who. There's probably some millionaire sitting in his Porsche right now, driving down the street going...
And what? And listening to our podcast?
Listening to our podcast, yeah. I'm sure Porsche people listen to our podcast. We have a wide demographic.
Were you about to say posh or Porsche people?
No, Porsche people.
Porsche people.
That reminds me, this is just not in any way related to gaming or anything that was
as
brought
well
up.
It shouldn't. Let's just... let anarchy rule, just like our forums.
I went for a walk down to the shop the other day to get some groceries last night, I think it was, whatever, anyway.
Day, night, it's all the same.
It's all the same. There was a thing. I lived on a ball of stone.
Twine. Keep going. What?
Yes, and there was a guy driving in a Porsche, and it was all shiny and silver.
As they tend to be.
As they tend to be, and he was this young guy, and I kind of thought to myself, yeah, well, at least I've got a dick. And I thought about that for a second, and for a start, it's not true. But even apart from that, it's true. Do you think there's any validity to the concept that people with fancy cars are in any way bad people, or is it just jealousy that we go, you've got a sexy car, you must be in some way deficient? Yes,
totally jealousy, tall poppy syndrome, trying to bring the other person down and make ourselves feel better. Oh, you might have an awesome car, a hot wife, a good job, lots of money, but I'm sure you've got a tiny penis, sort of thing, There's just that sort of, well, at least I've got something over you.
Yeah.
Which probably, isn't true anyway.
No,
so.
In this case, no.
Right, okay.
No, he could have been built like a Ken doll, he'd still be beating me.
Hey!
Because there's like a texture on the fabric on the Ken doll.
Right, okay.
But yeah.
You've just got an innie. It's like a belly button.
It's like a belly button.
I can't believe we're talking about your genitalia within the first 2 minutes of the podcast. Welcome, New Year 2008. We hope you realise we haven't raised any sort of standards on our podcast.
God,
and yeah, actually, you know what? Do you have, just to start it off, the New Year sort of thing, do you have any New Year's resolutions?
Yeah, remember we talked last time? I'm going to be less fat.
Oh, right. How's that working out for you so far?
I had McDonald's for lunch today. But it was a one-off. No, I've actually been cooking dinner, cooking fish and stuff. I was going to join a gym today, but then I remembered that I'm incredibly broke thanks to the joys of Christmas.
Yay, Christmas.
Yeah, no, and I also resolved to give up smoking, which turned out to be remarkably easy.
Yeah, because you don't smoke.
No.
Right.
It was a good plan though. Pick something that, build my confidence up,
I'm not smoking.
Hold on.
I've stopped smoking. I figure I'll stop for like 3 or 4 months. Pick it up again.
Okay, that's a good plan. I like the way you just...
Well, no, I'm realistic sort of thing. I don't particularly want to stop smoking forever.
You just...
I just...
right now?
No, I just want to, get a little bit fit. So I'm just going to stop smoking for a bit.
I was saying to my dad the other day when I was in Bundaberg, I actually hate people who give up smoking. Like... I don't mind people who actually give up smoking and stop smoking, but I do mind people who are always giving up smoking, and they're like, guess what? I gave up smoking, and you go,
so
good,
what?
good for you. How long have you not been smoking? And they're like, 2 days.
Yeah.
Except I had 3 today, but...
See, no,
and you think...
I can't stand that either, but like, there's a bit of a difference between... Oh, I haven't gone for 2 days, and I haven't smoked for 3 months.
No, I'm not saying... No, that
you're not belittling me.
No,
right?
we're not
You're just
talking
saying
about
in general.
you.
Okay.
I'm saying in general.
But it's all about me.
Everything's about you. No, I get that. I'm that way too.
I know what you mean, but we should probably start talking about some games.
Some games.
Just a few. Let's start off with the 2 bits of news information that I know nothing about.
Now, these are actually connected because they're both related to CES, the Consumer Entertainment Show in Las Vegas in next week.
Is it next week?
Yeah, so hopefully, I know. So hopefully we'll have some info from that. Now, the CES is never particularly gamey, but with the death of... They have the gaming element. Yeah, but with the death of E3... You know what? We can't say with the death of E3.
because it's not dead. It's sort of like
It's certainly got a slow pulse, though.
well, it's like Orin. It's just become smaller.
I see.
Yeah.
Yes, it's gotten rid of the bits it doesn't need anymore.
Right. May have been harsh, but fair.
Yeah. So CES is never huge for games, but
as with any expo where games are involved, we have rumours.
Yeah, we have rumours. Now, one of the rumours is that there'll be a new Xbox 360 model announced.
Is there any more specs to that rumour?
Yes, there is. If I was smart, I'd have them up. But basically, it'll have a 320 gig hard drive, and will have DVR facilities built into it. Digital video recording type stuff.
I know. Why?
Because they can. Now, to me, the question is not why, but why didn't they do this long ago with the original Xbox?
So, as in, it would be a burner?
No. Digital video recording to the hard drive. Like TiVo type stuff.
Oh,
yeah,
right.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. I'm with you now.
All right, now it all makes sense because I didn't know why you didn't understand that.
I'm thinking it can burn DVDs.
No,
I can't imagine
no.
Microsoft would be promoting that. Hey, download all this great content and then burn it to a DVD
directly from there
and give it to your friends. Yay, Microsoft!
No, that's not what they're doing. No. So TiVo facilities built in. So this is why it's such a big deal at the CES. This is why it's
significant there.
It
is actually the kind of technology which does directly compete with TiVo sort of thing.
Well, yeah.
Although I will voice a frustration, and that is that Australians, we don't have access to TV shows and things that you can download on Xbox Marketplace. Nowhere near the same amount that they do in the States. Actually, you know what? I think PlayStation is actually their PlayStation 3 store is actually a bit ahead of the game in that respect.
Yeah, for TV. Okay.
I know it is in albums, music, and stuff like that.
Okay. I didn't even know that.
I could be wrong. I could be speaking out of my ass, but I do remember something a while ago.
Your mouth. I can see it moving.
Good. Okay. I do remember there was something. Oh, God, I wish I could actually remember stuff.
Yeah.
This is really frustrating.
Me too.
But you're old. I have no excuse.
No, I wish you could remember stuff.
Right. Oh, okay.
Yeah, you see.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
But you're still old.
Yes.
Okay, good.
Not arguing this fact.
Is now, I guess because it's a Microsoft product and not a Sony product, we probably will see the version of it in Australia.
Probably, yeah. It'll probably actually, and it might not be 4 times as expensive here as in the United States either, so there's that possibility. Yep. It'll also have 1080p support, which I don't believe they've had on the previous models. I don't think even the Elite had 1080p. I just think it just had HDMI.
HDMI, yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah.
Once again, we're not sure. And no, I think you're right. Yeah. You know what? Let's just go with yes.
I'm
we know what
right,
we're definitely right.
And it's also definitely using a new manufacturing process for the CPU.
You're actually saying a lot of absolutes. This is all based on rumours, though, right?
This is all based on a rumour from Stuff Magazine, though, which is a gadget magazine. One of the many gadget magazines that seems to think that because you're selling to men, you should have a bikini-clad woman on the front.
I don't see a problem.
I don't have a problem with that in principle, but no, I do have a problem with it in principle. I just don't have a problem with it in practice.
Right. Okay.
Officially, I'm appalled by this use of over-sexualization of women in our society.
Exploitation. It's terrible. Yeah.
But in actual fact, nice tits, love.
There goes our female audience. But yeah. Anyway.
No. They know tits are good.
Yes.
But anyway, yeah. The fact that there's so much information in the rumour suggests that the rumour is probably true.
Well, I guess.
Plus, it's only a week out. It's not like this is 3 months in advance.
Yeah, we'll find out. Okay, so well, we'll see.
We'll see. One that is definitely true is that the PSP will have Skype features added.
Is that good?
It depends whether you like the N-Gage or not, really, doesn't it?
What?
It depends whether you liked the N-Gage in the first place, because really...
The N-Gage, didn't you say the PSP to get Skype capabilities?
I know, that's what I mean. Is it just going to be the N-Gage, or is it... I haven't seen enough about it. They basically put something on their website to say that on the actual official Sony's, like Sony have like a CES mini site.
Yeah.
And it talks about the PSP having Skype features added, but they haven't said how. And if you have to hold the phone to the side of your head, then it's not going to be cool. But it could be just a like a...
Totally agree with you. Yeah, that wouldn't be cool at all. But I can't imagine it working that way because there's no microphone set up like that in a PSP, is there?
I don't know. I think you might be right. There isn't actually a microphone, so there would have
no
to be...
microphone. It would be a wireless. It would be like the headphone setup sort of thing, you know. Like a wireless headset.
I don't even know if it would be wireless necessarily.
Sorry, not wireless,
but
wired.
It would probably be
whatever.
wired.
Just like you've got your headphones through your PSP sort of thing, similar thing. But, cool, I guess. Admittedly, I think my problem is I haven't used Skype that much as an actual service.
Yeah,
calling to just
it's
other...
pretty good. We used to use it a while ago for talking between when me and Jug and Ben were running it. We would talk. The three of us would talk
Jug.
sometime. I know. I'm looking at you, but I'm talking to them.
Oh, okay, right.
Yeah. We used to use it between us.
Yeah,
and it worked pretty well. And
we
did surprisingly. I thought the sound was surprisingly clear.
Yeah, so did I. But I mean, I know Skype now is actually used. You buy the service and you can actually make calls to anyone. It's like a phone service sort of thing. So
how well it'll work and how good it'll be, but it could well end up translating to free mobile phone, basically, which has some appeal to me, like for specific calls and stuff like that. It could definitely be interesting.
That could be interesting,
or it could be used to call other PSPs, which, like, no one else has a PSP,
right,
but in theory, it's sound.
Yep, I hear what you're saying. Well, wouldn't you need to connect to the internet to use it, though?
Yeah, but from a wireless hotspot, you could do it.
So, in order to make a phone call, you'd need to be connected to a wireless hotspot.
Yes,
and then
but
you'd
it
need
could
to connect to Skype.
Yes.
Okay.
Short answer, yes, but realistically, that's not that hard. I mean, a lot of internet
cafes and things like that.
No, not even internet cafes. Sorry, a lot of just cafes have wireless hotspots. McDonald's
do, but it's not that simple. As in, like, just pick up your PSP and go dial. I know, for example, on my mobile phone, there's Skype on my mobile phone.
Okay.
And I haven't connected or used it because I'm lazy and I can't be bothered. And frankly, I just want to call that person.
Yeah.
I don't care how.
Yeah.
If the process requires more than me actually pushing the dial button,
but
I'm
you'd have
not
to
interested.
set it up too. Maybe that's a factor.
Yeah, you're right.
Like, and there would be some people who do actually care about saving that money for that call.
This is true. You know, so.
But we'll see.
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see
whether it works well as a service. I'll definitely give it a poke when it's available.
Yeah, you poke that. Yeah, poke that.
I'll give anything a poke.
Yeah, give it a poke. Yeah, do it. I don't know.
Okay. We're going to move on really quickly now.
Thank God. The most anticipated games of 2007. I just thought it needed a voice.
Yeah, but why that voice?
I don't know.
Old drunk guy.
The most anticipated...
No!
What? I'm doing like different voices.
Yeah, I know
Dramatic.
That. I get it.
The most anticipated game of 2000.
Games. I was about to say 2007 too. Anyway, these we're going to talk about some games that we're looking forward to. I think
they got that from the fact that you said the most anticipated games of 2008.
I like to repeat myself. Shut up.
Twice.
Shut up. Yeah.
Okay, so what we said? What is the most anticipated game?
It's interesting because Matt kind of threw this topic on us about 2 minutes before we were doing the podcast, and I thought about just off the top of my head without looking around or anything. What?
I'm eating a Dixie drumstick.
Yes.
I wonder if it's made with real dicks.
You know what? Honestly, I understand. Why our forums are the way they are. And realistically, we have no one else to blame. Realistically, we set the standards.
We do set the tone, and it's not really a very good tone.
I'm disappointed in us, frankly.
I'm ashamed.
I'm ashamed.
I think we should pull our socks up.
We should.
And our pants.
Thank God.
Alright, so what's your most anticipated game?
Games, because I thought about it without having a look online, and I thought, what games am I actually looking forward to playing in 2008? And Grand Theft Auto 4, Sorry, I just am.
No, I know, but I was specifically asking game. What is the one?
Can't pick it.
Can't pick it? All right,
Nope.
cool.
I'd say it would be a toss-up between Grand Theft Auto 4 and StarCraft 2.
Okay. But StarCraft 2 may not come out this year either.
Whatever.
Okay.
Hater.
All right. If I had to
quit oppressing me.
If I also get to pick a range, I'm going to say...
Why do we have to pick one? You know.
I'm going to say Little Big Planet.
Yeah.
Or Little Big Planet.
Is that it?
Or
Spore.
possibly Little Big Planet.
What, you
No,
have
I'm
no
going
interest
for the
in
most.
Spore?
No, I can pick one. Oh, I want to play Spore. I want to play the Christian Spore, though. Did you see that?
I did sort of look at that, but not really.
I couldn't find any more information than that, but apparently there's a Christian and historically accurate Spore coming out, which is a contradiction in terms
sorry,
if anything is.
I actually kind of don't buy that one. I think it's a funny concept, but I don't think anyone's actually making that game.
The woman who posted it, Surfer Girl, she's posted quite a lot of rumours, all of which have ended up being true. So
really,
she's apparently got some really good sources. So I hope it's true, so I can laugh.
But I don't understand. You can't do a Christian version of Spore. There is no game.
Because the Earth is a Christian version of Spore.
Well,
really?
Well, because there's no evolution. Like,
no, you've just got a lot less time to make stuff.
Right. Right. It's all just sped up.
7 days. You've got 7 days to get the whole thing done.
But you can't really make your own creatures either. Like,
no, but you can. You've got like a button for zebra.
Right.
And make, a gazelle.
Because, I mean, you do have to think, like, in regards to Spore, the platypus is a creature.
Yeah.
Which is just, it looks like it's made from God playing Spore, sort of thing.
It really does.
There are a couple of animals in the world which it looks like, oh man, I'll take the quills from this one and...
Did you know platypus are venomous?
Yeah, they've got the... thing on their toe.
Spine on their
back leg. Yeah.
Apparently, it hurts like an absolute bitch when they get you.
It doesn't surprise me that it's venomous sort of thing.
Yeah, but that's like the only mammal that's venomous or semi-mammal.
I've forgotten the name of them.
Monotreme.
What are they called? Monotreme. That's the one. And the echidna is the only other monotreme.
Yeah, the echidna and the.
Me is smart.
You is smart.
We're getting off topic. We're trying to talk about games in 2008. We're talking about echidnas and platypuses. Whatever.
Platypus and platypuses are both correct. Platypi isn't. There you go. Because it's not Latin, so it doesn't have a Latin.
I hate you.
Yeah, but everyone else loves me.
No. No.
All right, so Spore is definitely a game that I'm keen for.
Yeah.
I'm just a little bit unoptimistic about it actually ever coming out. Spore, I think I'll love when it comes out, but it's a PC game, and I don't think I'm going to be able to play it. I don't think I'm going to have a PC good enough to play it.
What was the last game you played on your PC?
World of Warcraft.
What was the game before that?
More World of Warcraft.
What's the highest graphical, challenging game you've tried playing
Probably
on
like Deus Ex.
No, really, seriously.
That I've gotten to...
Did you play Far Cry, or...?
No, not really.
Did it run? Did you
install it? I did not try.
Okay.
I don't know.
I'm just trying to think, what's the most graphically intensive game?
I mean, I tried to run Hitman Blood Money, for example, and it just wasn't playable.
Wasn't playable, okay.
Like, not even close, so... I think things like Max Payne level would probably be... I think I played Max Payne 2 or something, like...
Oh, Max Payne 2,
I really just don't... Oh, no... Maybe it wasn't even 2. No, actually, I think probably the most advanced game I played on it was probably Bloodlines: Vampire the Masquerade.
Well, Half-Life 2 engine.
Because it was...
I reckon...
And it ran alright on that, but it got a bit sluggish later on.
I reckon Spore looks like the kind of game which is not going to be pushing the graphical boundaries sort of thing. It looks like black and white sort of thing. It looks like one of those kind of games.
Black and white did push the graphical boundaries in its day.
Yeah, but not on your computer sort of thing.
Not now.
No, but...
No, but it did then. That's what I mean.
Black and white was still a bit of a failed product, though.
That's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is the fact that if I played black and white now on my computer, it would run like a dream. But if I played black and white on my computer then, it didn't.
No, but black and white scaled down quite nicely, actually.
Yeah, but you didn't really get that much. Like, it didn't look anywhere near as good.
No, but
it still ran quite sluggishly
what I'm
on
trying
my
to say,
computer
sport
then.
doesn't matter. It's not that kind of game.
Granted, I
So-
may well be able to play a crippled, half-assed version that looks like it's made out of pus.
Well, if it shuts you up, then yeah.
It won't. Nothing will shut me up.
I know. What other games? Any other games that you're particularly looking forward to in 2008?
Well, the next expansion for World of Warcraft could be out. It could be. I'm just saying. That may well come out in November. There were other games coming out sooner. Little Big Planet, of course. Home for PlayStation 3.
That's true. That comes out.
I'm really interested in that. I think that's a really, really cool
Concept. That should do a lot more. For the PlayStation Network, Metal Gear Solid 4, of course, is coming out on the PlayStation 3.
Meh.
So
I just don't care. I know I'm going to get flamed for that, but I don't give a crap.
You played Metal Gear Solid 2, though, right?
No.
One.
I started playing...
3.
I loved 1.
Right.
I thought 1 was just awesome, and I loved it, and it made me happy in my pants.
Yep.
Number 2, though, it just annoyed me. I found it really, really fake and artificial and stupid and claustrophobic.
I get it. Okay, fair enough.
Didn't like it that much.
Okay, fair enough.
Just in case you missed the thing.
No, I got it.
You got it?
Sort of thing.
Cool.
I suppose it almost feels like it's the only game coming out for the Wii, but Super Smash Brothers Brawl.
Yeah.
Comes out this year. It's kind of weird because you've got Metroid and Mario, which came out last year, towards the end of last year, and I don't know, those were just kind of the big ones. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Resident Evil 5. Sorry,
So
just moving off the Wii.
yeah.
Resident Evil 5. I'm also really looking forward to, and
Yep.
on the PSP, Gods of War: Chains of Olympus.
Yep,
is
of course.
freaking awesome.
Mario Kart's also coming out on the Wii. Don't forget about that. And you've got the Wii Fit. If you care, I don't know.
I just don't.
Not
Have
sold.
you seen the parody video on the Wii Fit?
I haven't.
It talks about how it's got exciting games like lifting your leg backwards.
Actually, no, I have seen that one.
Yeah, it's quite funny, and it actually does sum it up pretty well. It does look extremely limited and not particularly fun.
I don't know.
No, it's done incredibly well in Japan, but they'll buy anything with the word Wii written on it, no matter how it's spelt.
This is true. Well, listen, I mean...
See what I was saying there?
Yeah, no, I got it. You were
Right.
making a joke.
Yeah, it was a Wii joke.
Yeah.
Talking about Japanese porn.
Yeah, I know, I got it. It's okay.
Okay.
You don't need to be any more specific. It's
Fable 2 could come out as well. That's possible, and if I want to play it just because I want to have my heart torn out again. Like I was with Fable 1.
I want you to have your heart torn out as well. It's kind of interesting when you think about it. I mean, I know this is a very stereotypical topic, but I mean, games that we're looking forward to: Fable 2, Killzone 2, Metal Gear Solid 4. What else? You got Banjo-Kazooie 3. You've got Super Smash Brothers and Mario Kart, both sequels.
2 human.
Gran Turismo 5.
Mine was a pun.
Fallout 3.
Yeah.
Which I don't know. I'm not sold on it just yet. Burnout Paradise, which they're not. Apart from Spore,
Little Big Planet.
2 Human, and Alan Wake, which is one I'm particularly looking forward to as well.
I know, and you're right, and I know where you're going with this, and you're saying, yes, they're all sequels, blah, blah, blah.
I'm not saying it's a bad thing. But I don't know if it's a bad thing, because I'm looking forward to half of these sequels.
The games that come out, the games that we aren't looking forward to right now will be the games that are really cool. Do you know what I mean? Yes, there's some that are awesome and we'll be really looking forward to, but Mass Effect, for example, last year, would you have put that as one of the really big ones?
Yeah, I would have, but I wouldn't have put Bioshock.
Yeah, exactly.
Bioshock's
a good example. So I think there's always going to be games that come up and maybe closer to time we'll be really looking forward to them, or closer to the end of the year. But I think the ones that are going to catch the attention right from the start are going to be the ones that are sequels to the games that were popular this year and last year.
Of course. Cool.
Yeah, Gran Turismo 5, I think you failed to mention in that as well. That's going to be of appeal to a lot of people.
That's true.
People who are wankers.
That's a bit harsh.
I'm not judging them.
Yeah, yes, you are.
I'm just saying that anyone who likes Gran Turismo series games is defective.
All right, look, maybe we should stop this one. All right? Let's just close this one up.
That's funny.
Do you have anything else that we particularly want to talk about or mention or say?
I could offend people who like another popular
you know what?
game.
There are a couple of questions.
There were a couple of
questions.
That's right. 2 from Rory.
All right, go.
I'm not going to say her actual question because it was really long. Do you think the PlayStation 3 will finally get a leg up when some of the big games are released, like Metal Gear Solid 4? The reason that I think that's a good question is because it leads to another question as well, which is how big does a game have to be to sell a console, really? Like, can you think of many games that have actually been big enough to really push console sales? Halo is one of the few that really jumps to mind. Halo
Mario
3
64.
Yeah.
On the Nintendo 64.
Yeah.
Was a system seller.
Do you think... I mean, it's probably lost in the success of the console already, but Super Mario Galaxy, for example, was such an awesome game. Do you think it would have been good enough to sell the system if the system wasn't already completely selling out anyway?
Yes, but the Wii had Zelda when it launched, sort of thing. That was the system seller for the Wii.
Yeah.
But the fact, I think...
I didn't have Zelda at launch.
Yeah, it did. Zelda Twilight Princess. The
Zelda
Wii.
Twilight Princess came out like 6 months after it launched? Well, like a year after it launched?
You may be right. And I may be wrong.
Don't do it. Anyway.
God, I think you're right. My brain hurts.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, I don't know. Halo is the obvious one that comes to mind, sort of thing. But I don't think there's really... As... System sellers are games that come out with a console at launch that are just so anticipated and expected that they sell the console itself, sort of thing. Xbox 360.
I'm familiar with what they are.
No, but it needs to be at launch, sort of thing.
Yeah,
there's no.
No. I don't agree. I don't agree there. I mean, for example, the PlayStation was pushed into success well beyond what the Saturn was at the time, even though they were neck and neck. The PlayStation, the original PlayStation, was pushed hugely by Final Fantasy VII. So it doesn't have to be at launch, I don't think, to be what I'd consider a system seller. I would consider that any game big enough to cause a noticeable increase in unit sales of the console.
Well, then yes, Metal Gear Solid 4, because it's an exclusive and because it continues a series which people get wood when they hear the name Solid Snake.
I see. That was a dirty pun, right?
Frankly, it's interesting because lately I've been looking at the PlayStation 3 and thinking, there's actually a couple of games that I'd really like to play.
Yeah.
Drake's Fortune,
yeah,
Uncharted, Ratchet and Clank.
Yeah.
Some games that are coming out that have been rated and they look really solid and really good.
Yeah.
Metal Gear Solid 4, Gran Turismo 5 sort of thing. These are games coming out, but they seem to be even more sparse than Nintendo's big titles.
Yeah.
The Wii's big titles, and that's just not really good enough.
No, but I think that I don't know. When you look back at the history of both the consoles, the PlayStation 3 hasn't been out as long as the Xbox 360. If they were at the same stage in their development, like say a year on, did the Xbox 360 have as few games a year after it launched? I think it had a much more solid lineup after a year than the PlayStation 3 has.
I think it did, but again, it depends on your definition of a good game. I mean, I love Dead Rising, for example, but other people didn't, sort of thing, or Graw, or there's a lot of good games that came out around about that time. But look, I personally don't think the PlayStation 3 will get a leg up this year over the Wii or the Xbox in any territory. Just because the Wii and the Xbox are so solidified in their markets. I think it'll get a bit better. I think it'll sell some more. You know what? I'm just going to call it. I just don't think the PlayStation 3 is ever going to recover.
Really?
At all in this console war. I think the PlayStation...
You're declaring the war over.
I'm not declaring it over. I don't think
You're declaring Sony out of the war, though.
I don't think there is a war. And do you know why? Because the Xbox and PS3 I don't see them competing against the Wii. I just don't. People will buy.
Yeah. We all know that.
Yeah. Okay, but
the Wii 60 and the.
I just don't think the PlayStation 3 is going to be able to recover enough to actually. Everyone's asking, is it going to catch up to the Xbox or catch up to the Wii? No, I don't think it will. I think that the Wii and the Xbox 360 are so successful and have done so well that they're going to continue to do well.
Yeah.
For ages, sort of thing. I think that the PlayStation 3 will be around for longer, but I think that the next generation of Xbox will probably launch while before the PlayStation 3 sees any significant increase over Xbox 360 sales.
That's a pretty big call.
It's a pretty big call, but
balls on the line there for Yug. If he happens to be wrong, everyone's allowed to cut off his balls. That's the rule.
Well, it doesn't really work. They can only get cut off once. Only one person gets to do it.
Right.
Yeah. It's a tender moment. I'm not saying this because I want the PlayStation 3 to fail. As a gamer, and certainly as a gamer that doesn't really have many loyalties anymore to any particular brand or anything like that, I'm a Australian gaming whore.
Yep.
I want them all to succeed, but I just. Yeah.
Yeah, no, fair enough. You have your opinion and you have your beliefs and so on, and that's fair enough.
That's right.
And you know what? I can't even particularly argue with you. You may well be right.
I am.
There were two more questions though, so we'll go through them relatively quickly.
Yep. The other one was, why do you think Australia is always behind the times when it comes to game releases and such? I mean, not what the distributors say. I want to know what your theories are. Well, there's no theories. It's because Australia is such a small market. We're less than 2% of a general worldwide industry. We are ages away from anywhere else in the world. We are the PAL territory, which, as much as that we might say that's no excuse, it is a reason because America is NTSC. We just kind of tend to get shafted because we are such a small and insignificant market. That's my opinion.
But that's kind of, you've described the problem, but not the cause of the problem. Why don't they just put some on a ship and send them over? Like, who? Because
they'd rather have stock in other countries.
Right, so they're keeping stock in... You think they're keeping stock in places like the United States and so on?
I think that is their primary target sort of thing. I think they'd rather sell 50 million titles in America as opposed to sending 1 million of those to Australia.
Yeah, but we're not talking about 50 million here. We're talking about, say, 100,000 and sending... make 110,000. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean, but it's even with movies sort of thing. You look at, whenever you look online, you see, this is the box office gross, the US box office gross, the domestic box office gross, and then just international, everywhere else sort of thing. There's the US and there's everywhere else. And that's how it is in video games as well. And Australia isn't even very big in that everywhere else scale.
No.
So I'm saying that the cause... And the reason is because we are so small.
I think that
as a market,
the way things work is that they basically go... I think that the problem is that the companies that are multinationals that do things like video games, publishing, movies, blah, 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 they do it in phased rollouts. They don't do it globally.
Yep.
So what they do is they simply go... this market, then this market, then this market, then this market. Just be grateful, I guess, that you're not in, China.
I mean, pretty much. I mean, or New Zealand.
New Zealand's a little behind us, but they're not that much behind us. But there are certainly countries that get things,
The flip side, I mean, the big games, the big ones tend to get released fairly around close, about the same time, sort of thing. But there's for every massive, Ubisoft developed and published game, there's a lot of smaller ones that you might hear about, and those tend to be the ones which it's like, that's already been out in the States for like 8 months. Why is it not out here? Well, because there's a publisher in Australia actually needs to find out, actually needs to see, is there demand for this game? Well, then we need to put money down to get that game into here, sort of thing. It's not a case of we need to hurry up and get this game released on time. It's a case of, are we actually going to get any money if we release this game in Australia?
Yeah.
So it tends to come back to that as well, and and then they need to actually promote it. It's
Yeah, I think we answered that question.
good. The last one is from Spiceman. Since it seems all games made to movies are like an aborted orgasm,
That's his wording. I wouldn't have used that wording myself.
what do you think was the best game based on a movie?
I decided to cop out on that one and not pick one based on a movie.
How does that work?
TV series instead.
Yeah?
I'll go with Buffy.
Yeah.
The Buffy game was actually really good.
Fair enough. I actually, you know what? I was going to say Chronicles of Riddick on the Xbox 360, the original
It
Xbox.
seems a bit of a stretch to me, but
No,
okay.
no, it was really good.
No. I'm saying it wasn't
But,
based on a movie. It was based on a character from a movie, but
Okay, fine. Well, in that case, my favourite game based on a movie, and I can understand not many of you will agree with me, I don't care, I loved this game, was Jurassic Park on the Super Nintendo.
no, that's fair. I remember playing that.
I loved that game. I mapped out every single goddamn level in that game on paper.
I remember as a kid absolutely loving the Alien 3 game, I think it was.
On the Mega Drive or the Super Nintendo?
No, the Master System.
Oh, jeez, okay.
I had an Alien game on the Master System.
That's the 2D platform where you had the flamethrower and everything.
Yeah. And I bought a Master System a while ago, and it was one that I managed to find and play again, and gee, it was crap.
Yeah.
It was so dodgy.
Yep.
But there's, some Master System games are still good.
Yeah.
But that wasn't one of them.
The Super Nintendo. I find Super Nintendo and Mega Drive games actually hold up really well.
Yeah, but it's not even a matter of graphics. Like, it wasn't even just the graphics that were dodgy. It had bad control.
This is kind of what I'm saying about Jurassic Park, though.
Yeah.
I knew it did even then.
Right.
I don't care. I really liked it.
Right.
We should actually wrap this up. We've gone a little bit over time.
We have indeed.
We have rambled on a bit. Thank you, everyone, for actually tuning in and listening. And, stick with us over the next year. 2008.
Thank you for supporting us over 2007. Looking forward to a big 2008.
Yeah, we it's been a slow couple of weeks over the holidays sort of thing, but we do, as per usual, have a lot of crazy stuff planned over the next couple of months. So
I'm gonna eat another dick. Sick up.
Thank you. And hopefully we'll raise the standards across the board.
Yes.
Like maybe hope.
Alright, see you guys later.
See you later.